Astrometica is an open space exploration and base building survival sim that follows true and tested formula. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. Developed by an indie studio Barry Mary and released by a publisher Rock Game SA, as of today, it follows in the footsteps of survival giants like Subnautica, and everything in its design is reminiscent of it. Even the developer refers to himself as a giant Subnautica nerd, which in this case is awesome, as this game is by far the best captures the feeling of survival, exploration and base building that I had when playing the original Subnautica. After a catastrophic event, you are left stranded in a survival pod with a fabricator and a vast open space to explore and an intriguing story that is waiting to be uncovered. Tutorial is short and to the point, and it does a pretty good job of getting you introduced to the base game mechanics and the story. My only gripe with it is that it's so unintrusive, sitting in top of the right hand corner of your HUD, that it can become almost too easy for you to ignore and do your own thing. Survival aspects include food, water and oxygen, as your supply of these three resources is limited and your exploration range varies greatly on your ability to find food, water and oxygen bottles, or craft them. Having a small supply of oxygen is very reminiscent of Subnautica, where I was constantly in the fear of asphyxiation, and Astrometica does a great job of it as well. The story is delivered through an intercom and a series of messages left on datapad in the various sections of the vast universe that you're supposed to explore. My only gripe with it is that a voiceover from them would be really nice, as some of them contain a healthy chunks of text, which if you're like me you just might choose to ignore, which would be a mistake, as datapads contain very useful information both about the story and the interesting locations in the universe around you. The locations in Astrometica are superbly crafted, and each location feels unique in its own way, and it makes sense within the story and universe around you. You will find empty bases, derelict stations where you're supposed to find datapads, scan components for blueprints, gather rare materials and tool upgrades. These locations could be easily compared to Subnautica's wrecks, and the goodies you find inside very much align with the stuff found in Subnautica. And the distance from your home location also increases their rarity and quality. Like Subnautica, to help you traverse these locations you will have access to several vehicles whose blueprints you have to find and scan your own and craft using some of the many crafting stations and machines in the base you're supposed to build. I'm happy to report that the base building aspect of Astrometica is equally beautiful, if not even more beautiful and functional than Subnautica's, although the process of gathering materials and crafting components feels just a tad more grindy than the Subnautica in the early stage. Fortunately enough, through some smart game design, the game allows you to automate some of the aspects of gathering material later in the game, thus alleviating the issue. Your base has a ton of different components, from spacious rooms, crafting station, vehicle bays, decorations, you name it. The only issue I had with the base building was in the beginning, where I did not realize that the most machines required capacity, which meant that the base had to have more batteries as opposed to solar panels, which I kept building and wondering why it didn't work. That aspect of base building could have been better explained, as I have seen multiple YouTubers having the same issue, which tells me that my problem was not between my monitor and my chair as usual. Beside the stunning visuals and the beautiful soundtrack, the game's ambiance feels really inviting and immersive and keeps me hooked to my PC, wanting to explore and discover more of this wonderful world. Another great feature is that nowadays, not common to the early access titles, is the overall polish of the game and absence of game-breaking bugs. It's such a refreshing experience, and big props for the devs for it. I was given a review copy of Astrometica by the developers, so I had some time to play it before posting this review, and although I'm a few hours in, I have a long way to go. I feel this is the game I want to play in detail and in the long term, and I cannot wait to get back into the game. If you would like to see a full Let's Play of Astrometica, I would recommend that you check out my other channel, SurvivalJoe. Link would be provided in the video description, and for more space game content, stay right here and check out some of our other Let's Plays. Thanks for watching.